Royal, bring me your harness. Bring it over. Good boy. Royal, get the keys. Bring me the keys, Royal. Come on. Good boy. What's up, guys? It's Blake with Y2K. I wanted to have some fun with today's video. This is my dog Royal, and he is a Corgi, and he's going to join me today on the way to Starbucks. So we're just going to kind of talk and drive, and you can watch Royal. You know, he's a very cute dog. So if you're new to today's channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We do all kinds of cool stuff with cars from the 90s and 2000s. We're currently in an E92 M3 that makes 530 horsepower to the wheels. So it's pretty fast. It's got a supercharger on it. And by ESS Tuning, it's an ESS 650. The car is a 6-speed manual, of course, with the V8. And Royal approves of the car. He likes going for rides. You know, he pants a little bit, but you know, overall, he has a good time. So we try to take the dogs when we can to you know, certain places, and it's always a good time. And the new car that I told you about that we're getting, obviously we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff with that, with the dogs and our bikes. So anyways, join us on the way to Starbucks. He is a Corgi. If he could speak, he would be British, I believe, and have a British accent, very proper, professional. We called him Royal because of royalty, like, you know, in Britain. And his nickname is Loyal Royal. So I wanted to bring him in the M3 today. He really likes riding around in cars. He's panting a little bit, but overall he enjoys a nice car ride. My wife wants some coffee, and I never say no to coffee. So we're gonna go run to Starbucks, and you know, maybe they'll give him a dog treat. I don't know. That's usually Chick-fil-A that does the dog treats. But you know, it's a good day to drive the M3. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. And I'm never going to say no to driving my manual, supercharged, you know, 650 horsepower M3. This car is almost as Y2K approved as it gets. You know, they started making these in 2008. I haven't done a lot of videos over like what the specifics of this car are. So while we're on the way to get coffee, I guess I can tell you a little bit about the car. It is an ESS 650 supercharger. And the 650 part is the horsepower rating. I think they're based in Arizona. And I've had no issues with the supercharger at all. Knock on fake carbon fiber right here. The car makes 530 to the tires. It does have a 50 shot of nitrous. It is, everything is in and connected. I just don't have the bottle. And I only used the 50 shot of nitrous when I was on the smaller pulley for the 625 package, and you know, that's the only reason I used the nitrous then. It was actually kind of a joke to meet my buddy Christian, who works with me with Want to Go Fast, the half mile racing stuff that I've talked about in other videos. So it was a really fun time. I still didn't beat him, but you know, the fact that I was purging nitrous on the start line, and because he thought I was going to buy a new car, but I tricked him and just modified my own. So that was a really fun day. I'll show a picture of me and him racing that day. It was really funny. He's got like a 2015 Viper GTS. The exhaust, as we're talking about the motor, is a Akrapovic full Evolution titanium. So all the way from the headers back. It's actually a 100-cell cat system. It's not completely catless, so it doesn't have quite the smell that a catless car would have, which I prefer. Sounds great. You can pretty much lift it up with your pinky. It weighs, you know, 10 or 15 pounds, full titanium. And titanium exhausts have a little bit different twang to them. They sound really, really nice and a little more exotic than I would say like a stainless steel exhaust would sound. On the suspension side of things, we have KW V3 coilovers in this car, and we also have Volk ZE40 wheels, and first love for cars really started, you know, when I was able to drive when I was 16, was mainly Japanese cars. You know, the German stuff was obviously really expensive, and that was a long ways out. So really loved Japanese cars, and I always like to do a little homage back to my JDM roots, as you would say, and put Japanese wheels on my German cars. The tires are Pilot Sport Cup 2s, which are the factory tires on GT3 RS and, you know, pretty much any modern day supercar. I think I'm actually going to switch back to more of a street tire so I can, you know, drive it like in all kinds of weather. In the rain, it can be a little tricky. Not horribly tricky, but, you know, I would feel more comfortable on a street tire. So, and I like to drive this car a lot, so I don't want to restrict that capability. So I'm going to end up putting Pilot Super Sport, I think it's called the P4S, which I pretty much think is as good as a Sport Cup in, you know, 99% of the situations. The Sport Cups only are really good when you get them really, really hot, and on the street that's just really not going to happen. So that's the suspension. I told you about the drivetrain. Aesthetically, I've got some stuff from I&D. I've got the black kidney grills, I've got black side vents on the car, and I've got a Forstner carbon fiber trunk with the duckbill. And I painted everything, but I left the duckbill part exposed carbon, which I think looks really, really nice. It's the best car I've ever owned. Out of every car I've ever had. I've got a Diablo right now, and, you know, I've had an i8, which I've talked about. I've had a GT3 991.1. So I've had a lot of cars, but it's still the best car I've ever owned. And I don't know if it's because it's the first really cool car I was able to buy on my own. So I just kind of have had a relationship with this car. It was my daily driver for 2 years. Drove it every day, you know, and I just fell in love with this car. I loved the V8 when this first came out. I just couldn't believe that BMW had put a V8 in the rev to 8250 in a 3 Series, because they had all been inline 6s before that. And the first, you know, M3, the E30, was actually a 4-cylinder. So I just couldn't believe it. And to this day, this E92 is still my favorite M3. I know there's a lot of people that love the E46, and I completely get it. But the E46 does not have a V8, and I think this looks a little more muscular. So overall, I love the E92. My wife, she had an E46 330i in college, a manual M Sport, and maybe she would prefer an E46 M3. You know, maybe one day, way down upon the road, maybe not way down, maybe in a year or so, she gets an E46 M3, and then we can have matching M3s. She really likes the carbon black. This car's Jerez black with the Fox red. So if we could have 2 M3s with the same kind of color scheme in different generations, I would be really okay with that. Also love the Clown Shoe Z3. I think that car with an S54 is like one of the most amazing BMWs they ever made. The fact they even may put it in production, I mean, it just looks so like unique and different. I think it was actually built in secret, if I remember correctly, by the M division, and no one really knew about it. So that was kind of a cool story. But anyways, we're getting ready to pull up to Starbucks, so let's go and get our coffee order. Hey, Royal. Royal. That's a good boy. We got you strapped in so you can't come all the way over, because I know you like to sit in my lap, but it's hard to drive stick and have you in my lap at the same time. You're doing a good job. For those of you also who have questions about Royal, he's 5 years old, which it seems like he was just a puppy yesterday. And I actually, I always joke with my wife because, you know, I picked out Royal because she has her dog Sassy, which is like a Shiba Inu Corgi mix. But I got to actually pick out Royal to be my dog, right? And so he would be loyal to me, and, you know, because Sassy is definitely Layla's dog. But she puts up with me, she tolerates me most times. But my goal was for Royal to be my dog, and I raised him. You know, it took about 2 weeks to get him potty trained and do all the puppy stuff. And he took, like, to everything instantly. And as you saw, like, in the beginning of my video, he can do all kinds of tricks, bring you your keys, bring you the harness. I mean, he would be the dog that would, like, in a cartoon, would go get your paper on, like, or I think it was maybe on Dennis the Menace, the dog would get the paper. Regardless, he's an extremely smart dog. But as time has progressed, since a puppy to now 5 years old, he's definitely more of a mom's boy. So it's important for me to have this kind of father-son relationship with my dog, so that he actually knows who I am still. Because he definitely prefers Layla, and before he was fixed, he really preferred her, if you know what I mean. Hey Alexander, I would like a grande cold brew with salted caramel cold foam. And then the exact same thing again, but with whatever that pumpkin cold foam is you have now.
Sure.
And that's it.
Alright, your total is going to be $9.48.
Alright, thank you. Oh my god, we're getting the coffee. We're getting the coffee. I'm not gonna lie, I like getting coffee. Hey, how are you? Okay. I would love a puppuccino, man. Is that what it's called, puppuccino? He's gonna get a treat. I knew it. Royal always gets free food. I never get free food. Puppuccino. There we go. Alright. Thank you. Alright. Thanks. You too. Looks like Royal's already going to town on the tree. Apparently this is a puppuccino. Oh, hold on, Royal. Let's put this back in. It's yeah, it's whipped cream for dogs. He's really enjoying this right now. Driving stick and feeding a dog is we can do left-handed. See that? Man, that was impressive. You know how I learned to shift with my left hand? When my dad taught me how to drive stick. Like 11 is when I learned to drive stick, but he would have me sit in the passenger seat, and I would actually shift the gears. He had a 996 Carrera at the time. So that's how I learned how to shift my left hand. I'm also left-handed. And I'm gonna drop another hint on the car that Layla's getting. You have to shift with your left hand. Goes off-road, you have to shift with your left hand. Who doesn't like 650 horsepower? I don't know anyone that doesn't like it, that I've given a ride with, even if they don't like cars. You still like feeling like you're on a roller coaster. I love this car. It's just the best car. All right, guys, we've made it home. The coffee is in one piece. It didn't spill a drop in the M3. These lids are pretty incredible, and the cup holders are actually pretty good in this car. But I hope you enjoyed tagging along with me and my buddy Royal. You know, he's my son, and he, I don't know if he really resembles me. I think they say dogs look like their owners. We both have curly hair, and I've got a beard, but you know, he's just completely covered. So I hope you enjoyed watching this Y2K video. If you liked what you saw today, comment down below and let me know. Give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's what helps us keep going. Our subscriber rate has been growing every day, and it's just been amazing to watch. I think I said in the last video we had like 140 subscribers, and now we're at like 214 or 15. So if you want to see more of Royal, let me know down below as well. You know, he's not camera shy, so it would be great to have maybe Royal and Sassy go for a ride in the X5 and take them somewhere else. I don't really know where we would take them, but it would be fun. So anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in today. We'll see you guys next video.